And welcome to another episode of Experts Speak. I'm Michael DeLon, and today I'm talking with Jeff Maine. And Jeff, thank you, sir, for squeezing me into your calendar and having a great conversation with me today.
Well, thanks, Michael, for having me on your show today. I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, it's going to be lots of fun. So Jeff has a company called Pay Proudly, and what they do is they help business owners with payment processing. You know, that stuff that happens when somebody swipes their credit card or whatever. It's all that back end stuff that most entrepreneurs, Jeff, we just really don't think about it.
Yeah.
And we need to think about it. So I want to talk about that. But Jeff, you've put a different spin on it in that you help business owners not only do that better, but give back to their communities. And that's why it's Pay Proudly. So there's a neat connection here that I'm really wanting to get into. So as we dive into this conversation, tell me, Jeff, I mean, how in the world did you get doing this?
You don't go to college to graduate in self-payment processing. Um, so, but I went to St. Louis University and studied finance, and with that, I was always wanting to be an entrepreneur. I mowed lawns all through high school and college, and trimmed bushes and did wash cars, and just always wanted to work for myself. And so I was always keeping my eyes open for opportunities. And we talk about that even at work a lot today, of eyes open, ears open. What are you seeing? What are you hearing?
Yeah.
There's always opportunities out there, even for people who are not in sales within your organizations. And we talk a lot about that. So um, I had an opportunity my junior year of college to sell some payment processing. It was a friend of a family friend who had been marketing in St. Louis, and his sales guy quit, and he had leads, and he didn't have anybody to go work them. And so he reached out to me and said, "Hey, I've got these leads. I know you live downtown. Can you go run these?" I didn't know anything about payment processing. And he's like, "I'm gonna send you this binder. Just walk people through it." I love sales. I love people.
Yeah.
And so I started walking these people through these. I started going to these appointments, and I was selling them. And it was fantastic. I was getting these commission checks, and I'm like, "Man, this is easy.
Yeah.
What are we? This is easy. This is great." So. And it was a lot different back then. This is the mid '90s, so
Okay.
things were different. It was a different world then. But when I graduated from college, I started doing my job interviews, and my senior year, and trying to figure out where I was going to go and what I was going to do, and had some big job offers from some big consulting firms. In fact, I accepted one, and that was the direction I was going to go. I had interned for Monsanto in college, and I knew PeopleSoft, so I was kind of a shoe in that world of going in and doing consulting.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget the conversation. My dad called me one day, and he said, "Jeff," he's like, "I'm going to give you some advice." And he said, and he was a corporate America guy, and he said, "You're a smart young man. You want to work for yourself. I know that." And he said, "You're going to take this job, and you're going to always make just enough money to never go out on your own and try it."
Wow.
And he said, "That's the position I'm in." He said, "You get married, you have kids, you have responsibilities, and you're always going to make enough to not be able to do it." And he said, "But right now, you don't have any of that." He's like, "You're going to finish school. I've been supporting you up to today. I'll continue to help you move home and start your own business." And I'm like, "Well, geez, what do I do?" And
Yeah.
so I knew this space, and I'm like, "Well, I know the credit card space." And so I moved home, and we started at, one bedroom upstairs was my bedroom, and the other bedroom we turned into an office. And then I started my first payments business. That was the
Wow.
summer of 1999. And since then we've owned different payment processing businesses. We've sold some portfolios. We bought and sold a check processing company,
Hmm.
had partners, lived through all of that. And now it's kind of morphed into Pay Proudly.
Yeah.
I promised my wife when I started this one, this was it. This is the last one.
This is it.
This is
Yeah.
going to be the one. So, and we've had a lot of fun. We've been building this company from the ground up organically. I was the first employee. I went out and did the sales. I did the app input. So it's been a different deal again from, where you had success and you were doing well to then go back and start a business again. It's been a lot of fun for me though.
Yeah.
Just to see that backside of the business that I'd gotten out of for so many years. I hadn't done it. And so I've learned a lot, and we're having fun, and we're hiring people now. We're hiring customer service. We're hiring salespeople. We're building our team,
That's
and
good. dude.
And it's just been it's been wonderful. But it's it's crazy how you get into different industries, but now I know it, right? And you talk about being an expert in an industry. I know this industry. I know what to do, how to do it. And so it'd be kind of foolish for me today to just
Oh yeah.
switch into a different industry.
Well, yeah. Not only do you know it, you're an expert in it, but you like it, you love it, and so
Dude.
as I thought about this podcast and the title, and I titled it right now is Getting Paid and
Yeah.
Giving Back. And so let's talk about that. Let's really
Yeah.
quick snapshot of all right, payment processing. What is it and why does it even matter? There are fees involved that most business owners are clueless about,
Right.
but let's bridge that with the giving back and what's different about Pay Proudly.
Yeah. So, and just to kind of where our mindset was, this business, because of what you just said, it's got kind of that used car salesman feel to it, right?
Yeah.
It's an icky feeling around our business. And so I had the mission of Pay Proudly was we want to change that for our customers.
Mm-hmm.
For our businesses that we're going to process for, we want to know them and we want them to know us. We're not going out to sign thousands of accounts a month.
Right.
We're here to really have a real hands-on approach, really know our customer, and really be a consultant to help them understand the business. So when we wrote our mission statement for this business, the first part of our mission is bringing clarity to our merchants. There's no clarity in this space, Michael. It's absent, right?
Yeah.
From what you just said. Why do I pay what I pay? How does this system work?
Right.
How should I be taking credit cards? Can I do this? Can I charge a fee to take credit cards? Do I have to do this? Why do these people get to do this? And we want to answer those questions? We want to be that consultant. We want to be that answer to those questions for our merchants, because there's a lot of things you can do and do different. You're a business that takes all business cards. Well, you should be set up different than a retail business.
Right.
So there's things that we can do to make a difference, but a lot of business owners, the majority, just walk in their local bank and sign up for processing. And there's nothing wrong with your local bank. I've got wonderful relationships with our local banks, but they're in the banking business. They're not in the processing business.
Yes.
And they just farm that stuff out to other people, and they don't understand it, and it's not their business. They want your loans, they want your bank account, that's what they want.
Yeah.
They want your banking.
I mean, similarly, it'd be like going to my car dealer, buying a new car, and having them upgrade the stereo system in my car.
Absolutely.
That's not their gig.
It's not, but they'll do it because they want to
Right.
make you happy.
Exactly.
And we have, my local banker here will tell us, hey, we have a processor, so I can't, but I would love for every one of my customers to do business with you guys.
Right.
Because we handle our customers different.
Yeah.
And they love it because they don't ever get a phone call about payments when their customers are with us. All that gets routed through us.
Yeah.
And so, with that, and then the second part of our mission is we were writing it. It's just something near and dear to my wife and I, is we wanted to build a company with it in the DNA of the business of a give back. It was just something important to us. And that's exactly what you said earlier. That's why our name is Pay Proudly. We want our merchants to pay proudly and to be proud about what they're paying for.
Yeah.
And so from the first dollar we made, we opened up a charitable giving account, and we take a percentage of all of our revenue and we give that money back. And
that's awesome.
And we're supporting our local community through our merchants. So it's because of our merchants that are on our book of business that we're able to do that. So we want to support organizations that are important to them. What's important to you? What can we do? And it's interesting because I was talking to somebody earlier, and that's 10% of our business, right? Is our give back.
Okay.
But it becomes more important than anything else that we're doing.
Right.
Which was not the intention.
Right.
I feel like the clarity should be more important, but the give back, it's a big deal, and people really, really like it. And even hiring employees, it's made a difference in bringing people on to work here. The employees love that. Our monthly giving meeting, I think, is their favorite meeting that we have every month.
Yeah. Isn't that fun? Because you get people involved because it's a cause that's bigger than them. It's bigger than the company, but it infuses that DNA. We use that language around here a lot as well, of who are we and how do we infect our team members, our clients with that DNA at some level. And you just resonated with it. People like it.
Yeah.
we all love the ideas of Tom's shoes, and we've got a tacos for life around here. You buy a meal, they give a meal. And it's like, that's all cool. How do I do that? Well, this is one little way. And you think little, well, depends on how much you process, right?
That's right.
It can be little, can be big, but you're doing something. And I think that resonates with somebody. And the thing I love about Pay Proudly is it's unique. I don't know another payment processor that does it, that connects the dots like that.
Right. Yeah, and we give our merchants that credit, through social media and other platforms, right? We tell we tell the world that, hey, because these businesses are processing our platform, we're able to give to this organization and this organization, and they love it. Now we start having our business owners asking us, hey, when are you guys going to give to this, or when are you going to do this? And it becomes a talking point. And
Right.
man, is that just that's it's happened over time, but we've lost connection with people, and
Yeah.
it's driving that connection back, and it's so important. Maybe it's just our age, right? But to me, it's such an important thing that when I walk in the door to my businesses that are processing, I want them to know who we are and what we're about.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want them to just think we're another vendor.
It's not, because with vendors, it's like a vending machine. You transact. I put a
Yeah,
quarter in, or well, now I put $1.50 and I get a candy bar.
that's right.
Versus relational, and that's really whether you're in business or sales or market, it doesn't matter. It's relationship. One of my marketing mantras is people will buy who you are more than what you do.
Absolutely.
Now, and
So,
you're in a really competitive market.
yeah,
There are
absolutely.
lots of payment processors, but what do they
Yeah,
always lead with, right? Lowest rate, lowest rate, lowest rate, lowest rate, lowest
yeah,
rate.
yeah.
Well, yippee skippy.
Right.
I do care about my rates, but not as much as I care about the relationship and knowing my business to go, hey, you know what? Let's do it this way. Have you thought about that? And you've got a view of the landscape of processing that we don't have.
Well, we lead with, listen, let's get the rate talk out of the way real quick.
Yeah.
We know you're not going to with us.
Yeah.
Okay. We already know that. So we can cross that off the list. Now let's talk about what's important to your business.
Yeah.
We're not going to charge you more, but let's talk about what's important. How can we help you? Well, how can we make a difference in your business?
Yeah.
And let me show you how your business can be a part of what we're doing
Right.
without it costing you anything.
That's right.
So that's where our conversation goes. But you're so right. It's those the rate talk is. I mean, it's just not. If that's what somebody's in selling you, they're selling you the wrong thing.
That's right. Yeah. It's really, it always feels bait and switchish, and that's why it's like, that's where the used car salesman feel comes, because,
Right.
but it comes down to this, dude. I don't have a relationship with anybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And that's what
so
you're
there's no
bringing to the
loyalty.
table.
There's no
Yeah.
loyalty.
Yeah.
And we don't want that. We want that relationship. And that's why our attrition numbers are better than anything in the industry.
Right.
We don't lose customers, and there's a reason we don't lose customers.
Yeah.
But
Well,
we're high touch.
well, you're high touch, and you're bringing more to the table than just transaction fees and things. It's no. This is about more than swiping a card.
Yes.
This is about giving back and how you can be part of something larger. So when clients come to you, all right, let's talk about this. What business owners are out there?
Yeah.
They're swiping cards all day, every day. Why should they make that first call to you? What are some things that they should be thinking about? Because they're probably not.
That's a great question. And I tell business owners all the time, the reason you should make a call to us is because you have nothing to lose to make a call to us.
Okay.
You have everything to gain. There's no negative.
Okay.
You're going to spend 10 minutes on the phone with us, and we may tell you something that benefits your business in a big way.
Yeah.
I have a good friend who owns a business, big business. Talked to him for over a year about their payments, soft touches, because they're a friend.
Oh, yeah.
And they finally made that phone call to me. Hey, we need to look at this. We saved them over $10,000 a month in fees.
Yeah.
They were literally having their heads ripped off.
Yeah.
And, he could have made that phone call a year earlier and saved 6 figures of money.
Yeah.
And so it's, and that doesn't happen every day. But
right.
the point is you have nothing to lose. Let's just have a conversation about what you're doing and how you're doing it. It's a free approach. The worst case scenario for us is I'm going to tell you something that you're going to take back to your current vendor and you're going to get a better rate.
Sure.
Happy for you. Okay.
Right.
If that's what you decide to do, that's great.
Yeah.
Best case scenario for us is we're going to have that conversation. You're going to come do business with us and we're going to benefit another charity because of you.
That's right. I love it. And for the business owner out there, here's the deal. When you can look at, everybody talks about revenue, top line revenue. I'm really interested in bottom line profits. And one of the fastest ways to get higher bottom line profits is to save money. And why not save money on every credit card swipe? Because it's so simple.
Absolutely. And we're going into an economy that could be slowing down. You have to start looking at ways in your business on where can I save, money
without ever impacting your client, your customer,
without any impact.
They know nothing.
If you can come to a new company that can save you money and make a benefit, it's just a win-win for everybody.
Yeah. It really is. And I don't know that I could do a good enough job encouraging my audience to say, just reach out, and we'll tell you how in just a couple of minutes, because the conversation is just like this. It's just chill. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And so you have the ability to kind of audit their current thing.
That's right. We have a full tool that literally in about 60 seconds, I can audit a statement of somebody.
Okay.
It's an AI tool that we plug the numbers into, and it's going to come back and say, hey, here's what we can do for you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, more important than the rate, which we already know, we've already covered. Right. We know the rate's important. Is when you call us, we're going to answer the phone. When your machine breaks, we're going to get you a new one.
Yeah.
When your website goes down, we're going to log into it and fix it. You're not going to have to call an 800 number. You're going to know who you're talking to every time you call, because you're going to talk to the same people. You're not going to talk to people overseas and in different locations. And, and that's what you get with these big core processors that just do the masses.
Yeah.
It's not what you're going to get with us. You're going to get a high touch, high hold, answering the phone. You're never going to, that's who we are, and that's who we will always be.
Yeah. I love that. And that really puts you in another just category of one out there. Yeah. And I hear it, and it resonates with me because, we tell people all the time, I'm not trying to build a multi-billion-dollar, publishing company. That's not who I am. I'm happy being, and you'll resonate with this. There's a book out there called, I think it's called Small Giants.
All right, I haven't heard of that one. I'm gonna read it.
Companies that choose to be great and remain small.
Yeah.
And I'll get to the author, but it's a great book because it's a choice that we make to say, no, high touch, giving back is a higher value than earning another dollar or whatever, right?
That's right.
And when you find that DNA in a partner, you stick and you stay a long time. And that's how we should be building businesses, is locking arms with other companies that do what we need done in a way that our values are aligned and we can do really cool things.
Absolutely. So important. There's a lot of things that happen in our industry, like chargebacks and there's things that happen that you will never get assistance with unless you're doing business with a company like we have. And I'm not saying there's other companies that won't do it, but when our customers get chargebacks, we help them file their rebuttal. We help them walk through the steps. We know what to say.
Yes.
We can help them win these things.
Yeah.
But when you do that, you don't lose clients.
That's right.
So I think you're going to be seeing more and more of that. But
and the all the other stuff that, business owners don't even think about all this stuff. But you don't have to deal with it because you got Jeff and his team on your side. So you pick up the phone and say, here's what's going on, and say, we got it. Here we go. It's so easy. And then you throw in compliance and PCI compliance and all that stuff that it just rattles your brain, and you guys go, oh, we got it. It's okay. We got it.
We've got it. And we want to handle, I tell business owners all the time, I want to handle your payments, you handle your business.
I think that's great. Yeah. And
you want to charge a fee to take a credit card? A lot of businesses are starting to do that. You can, but you need to do it compliant way.
Right.
There's a right way to do it, and there's a wrong way to do it. If you're doing it the wrong way, you're going to get a big fine.
Yeah. That's not good.
And so we want to make sure you're doing it the right way.
Yeah. And to help you grow your business, grow revenue, because you're going to be saving money and really make an impact giving back.
That's right.
And it's not, and unpack that just a tad more. So it's, how does that work? So yeah, just unpack it at a layman's
Yeah.
level.
So what we do is we take, we ask Michael, we what's important to you?
Mm-hmm.
Is it animals? Is it cancer? Is it the food pantry?
Mm-hmm.
What is it that is a cause? That everybody has a cause.
Yeah.
It's and so we want to help support the causes that are near and dear to our business owners. And
Yeah.
so, and that's what we do. And then so we bucket all of our merchants into the different causes, and
Okay.
then we support those causes, and we give those merchants the credit for those causes as we write checks for them.
That's awesome.
So,
That's so cool. Yeah. So yeah, you're the conduit. They get the credit.
yeah.
Everybody's happy. And I bet even customers who are coming in, if they know that that's happening, I mean, that's one reason we love going to Tacos for Life. I know every time I buy a meal, somebody else is getting a meal. I love that.
Yeah, we're a small company, and we gave over $50,000 last year to
That's
charity,
awesome.
and we're going to drive to 1 million. And when we get to 1 million, we're going to go to 2. But that's what
Absolutely.
we're driving to,
I
and
love it.
and so we're having fun, and we're enjoying what we're doing, and like I said, I always thought the give back would just be a part of our business,
Right.
but the clarity would be the bigger part. But really, the give back is what people want to talk about. People love it,
It
and
is. Yeah.
and that's exciting. I tell people I'd rather give and not even talk about it.
Yeah.
But it is important, and I think if we all did it, the money would just roll right back into our businesses,
Oh, without question.
and every charity would be supported.
Yes.
I wrote a TEDx talk all about it,
Yeah.
about what if everybody did what we're doing.
Yeah.
It solves all the problems, but hey,
It's cool.
we'll keep doing what we're doing.
Absolutely, and doing it well. How do people take that next step? How do business owners, if they're out here going, "Wow, you opened up some cans of worms that I didn't even know were there," and I love this aspect of being able to give back, but I got more questions,
Yeah.
Jeff. What do they do?
We'd love for them to come take a look at our website, which is payproudly.com, payproudly.com. All of our contact information's out there. I would love to get emails from you guys, and if you have questions, if you want me to do an audit, I can do that. My team can do that. We have people ready to do that for you. And like I said, worst case scenario is you just take that back to your current processor and get better rates.
Yeah.
There's no risk for you at all other than a little bit of your time. And when I say a little bit, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, like we're not talking about a big block of time, but my email is jmaine, MAINE @payproudly.com. So we'd love to hear from you. Reach out to us. All of our phone numbers are on our website. Give us a call, test us, make sure we answer the phone. But I bet you we will. So
That's awesome. That'd be a great secret shopper thing. Call them and see if they'll answer the phone.
Yeah. See what happens.
That's awesome. Jeff, man, I know you and I could talk for a number of minutes, even more, because I've got a lot of questions. We resonate with DNA, but we resonate with building businesses the right way based on relationships and giving back. So I trust my audience is going to resonate with this and reach out to you. Thank you for what you're doing, for the passion you bring to it, the way you've structured things. That's really important. I think more business owners need to hear just that.
Yeah.
But also the way you're really serving the business community with Pay Proudly, and how we can actually transact business and give back at the same time. So way to go, man.
Well, I appreciate that, and we love hearing that, and we really look forward to helping anybody in your audience that would love to, that would like to give us a call and have that conversation.
That's great. Well, I'm going to capture all that information in the show notes. So if you're busy transacting business, on walking your dog, or exercising, just go to the show notes and find Jeff at payproudly.com and have that conversation with him. So Jeff, thank you, brother. Thanks for what you do. Thanks for being my guest today on Experts Speak.
Thank you very much, Michael.